Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DFS Experience for Monday, June 13th. We got game 5, only 3 games left, so I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible. We already know the player pool. Actually, the player pool is going to get a little bit tighter since we, down to the last few games. Everything went as expected. Curry did a little bit better than he literally put the team on his back and did what he had to do. So I didn't expect that. Out of him, but listen, he understood the assignment. He did what he needed to do. Tatum. The only thing I can say about Tatum is that one thing I won't do is give anybody excuses. I think Tatum could have played better in every single game, especially in the finals. I think there's a possibility that he is hurt, that shoulder area thing, neck shoulder thing that he was dealing with, but I don't know. With that being said, I'm looking for Jaylen Brown to put the team on his back. At least the next game to go up 3-2, or not to go down. From the Warriors. So I'm expecting Curry to have a good day, a good game. Obviously, I'm expecting Brown to have, I trust Brown to show up and understand the assignment. And Tatum has one of two things going on. Either he's hurt or he doesn't believe in himself, or both. And right now with 3 games left, I don't give a shit about that. I just want to know who's going to score the most fantasy points so we can win money, right? That's why we're here. I trust Jaylen Brown. Obviously, Curry and Wiggins are the only ones that's showing up. Clay, people are like, oh, Clay's not going to do nothing. Clay is what he is. This is what he is. The thing with the media, I know I keep bitching about the media, but that's what they're feeding us. They're feeding us things that aren't true. Will Clay be better next year? It's a possibility he'd be a smidget better, like a dash. Like a dash. When you go to Olive Garden and you have your salad and you put a dash of cheese, like a dash. Like that's how much better Klay Thompson might be next year with a little bit of rest. But this is what he is. He wasn't going to be, a deadly assassin shooter all his career. He had his time frame where he didn't miss anything. That's over. 2 serious injuries, and he got older. Things happen. Curry is still Curry. Curry's still the greatest. Curry can shoot from anywhere, and it's cash. It is what it is. We're dealing with what we have in front of us, not what we want it to be. The prices on DraftKings is what it is. Depending on who you want to make captain, you could literally fit in whoever you want. Once we get to FanDuel, we got to do a little bit more fine tuning because the prices on FanDuel went up. We'll deal with that in a second. Like I said, I expect Brown to have an assertive game. That's the word I'm looking for. Marcus Smart I was watching the game, and what comes to my mind when I see Marcus Smart, he's a gift and a curse. He does great things on the court, and he does awful things on the court. The problem with Marcus Smart is that he's not a real point guard. He's an off guard. He's a shooting guard. But he's playing point guard and making bad decisions. If you notice, when they play through Jaylen Brown and he brings the ball up the court and he initiates the offense, they usually have the lead. They're never trailing. As soon as Marcus Smart started bringing the ball up the court, they're making stupid turnovers, and they're getting those fast break threes, and Boston's leading. Smart is not a great point guard, and he's costing them. Wiggins showed up. Wiggins could have been. Wiggins is the equivalent to Vince Carter. He's our version of Vince Carter. The athletic ability to the max, the potential when he first came out to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. No motor. He had no motor in Minnesota. No motor. When he was drafted by Cleveland and he got traded, that took the sales out of him because he felt like they didn't want him. And he never lived up to his expectations. Now on the Warriors, he's the second best player. You heard me correctly. He's the second best player because he can score, he does rebound, and he can defend. Klay Thompson can't rebound or he can't defend. He's a liability. He's not that he can't defend. He's a liability on defense. Klay Thompson can't get around his defender. Wiggins is the second best player on that team. Curry and Wiggins will be in my lineups. Horford, his minutes have trended down a little bit. Robert Williams' minutes trending up. And Robert Williams is more of a this is more his series. And so it's absolutely fine. 28 minutes, 24 fantasy points last game for Horford. Robert Williams, 31 minutes, 34 fantasy points. The game before that, another 34 fantasy points. And my man is taking 3 and 5 shots. He's doing it all with stocks and peripherals. 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 1 steal. The game before that, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks, 3 steals. Listen, Robert Williams, with all this rest, hopefully that means that his knee feels better. I love Robert Williams. Unless I hear something negative about his health, I love Robert Williams. Draymond is a bum. I'm not playing Draymond for the rest of the playoffs. I don't care what happens. Draymond is washed. He doesn't have it. And when he's always playing bad, and then he has an occasional good game, because that's what he is. People are what they repeatedly do. If somebody's repeatedly having a good game, because they're a good player. If they're repeatedly having a bad game, because they're a bad player. You're not going to have 4, 5, 6 bad games in a row and then have a great game and you're a great guy, you're a great player. No. Draymond is washed. You know, I'm not going to... Clay is such a great shooter that he's also washed. But he can hit his open shots or semi-open shots, so he has that going for him. I want you to pay attention to Kerr finally making adjustments. You know, everybody and their mother that has any type of basketball IQ been screaming at Steve Kerr to make adjustments since game 1. He started making adjustments since in game 4. But I'm the one that's wrong about Steve Kerr. I don't know what we're watching the same game. Everybody's watching, all analysts, ex-players, everybody's watching the same game. And we said after game 1 he should make adjustments. He wasted game 4 to make adjustments. I don't know if he's living in the past. I don't know if he think the ghost of Draymond is going to appear. But my man, you need to play lots of Wiggins, which you do already. You need to let Looney get a rhythm. You keep taking Looney out, putting him in. Taking him out, putting him in. How you expect a player to get a rhythm? This ain't NBA 2K. Let my man get his rhythm. Let him match Robert Williams' minutes. And why he can't guard Robert Williams and match his minutes? You start Otto Porter, pull him out early. He gets no rhythm. Like, what you want these people to do? You know what I'm saying? So listen. I have respect for Steve Kerr's career as a head coach and a player and all that, but I don't know what he's doing. I can see and Coach Udoka's a first year coach, so I'm not gonna be, oh, he's the great coach. No, all I'm saying is I respect his motivation and how he motivates his players, and I respect how he makes on-fly adjustments. If something's not working, if he sees something, he adjusts it in the middle of the game. I don't know what Steve Kerr's waiting for, but that's neither here nor there. I said all that to say this. No Draymond White for me. Derek White's been a little quiet. He's been threes. He's not flashy. Listen, at his price point, 36 minutes, 12 shots, I'll take it. Only 25 fantasy points, but 36 minutes and 12 shots, I'll take it. Looney, if Looney doesn't start, I'm scared to play him because of Kerr. I don't know what Kerr's doing. He did play 28 minutes, but still, look what I'm talking about. 28 minutes, in and out, no rhythm, 11 rebounds, 25 fantasy points. When he played 21 minutes, which is 7 minutes left, when he knew his minutes and he had his rhythm, 31 fantasy points. You know what I'm saying? Look, 25 minutes when he started and was in rhythm, 27 fantasy points. Against Dallas, I know it's a different series, but he started, played his regular minutes and his regular rotations, 40 fantasy points. You're not starting him. You're playing him, taking him out, and he had his impact. I don't remember him doing anything. I remember him grabbing a few rebounds. You know what I'm saying? But I say play him more, whatever. So Looney's in play. I prefer him to start, but it depends on lineup construction. And I think at the end of the day, Poole is actually better than Klay Thompson now because Poole can create his own shots. They're having more trouble with Poole than they are with Klay Thompson. If they started Curry, Poole, Wiggins, maybe Porter and Looney, maybe that would give Boston a little bit of fits on the defensive end. But defensively for people like Poole and Curry, they'll be too small. So I understand that part. Poole's in play. Porter's in play. I want to say Grant Williams is in play, but I know he's not going to play a lot. Last 3 games, 13 minutes. He's not in my player pool. I kind of want to say Jordan Poole's not Jordan Poole. I kind of want to say Otto Porter's not in my player pool also, but you're gonna have to play one of these guys down here. I'm gonna do Wiggins again. That's usually my go-to for this series, Wiggins. Just so I see how things shake out. You got to play Curry. You got to play one of Tatum or Brown. Tatum hasn't been aggressive all series. I'll go Brown. And 57. Yeah, the prices went up. You can't even do this. You can't even play Wiggins at captain. Well, the way my player pool is, how tight it is, I can't play Wiggins. Might have to go down to Robert Williams. Back to Curry. Back to Brown. Leaves you with 61-33. You got to get creative. Robert Williams, Steph Curry, Jaylen Brown. And then get creative at your next 3. That's what you got to do. Let's go to FanDuel. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video. That helps the video. That helps people see the video, and that helps me out. So hit subscribe, hit like, hit the thumbs up, all that good stuff. And you know the deal. If you want my exact lineups, check out the Patreon links in the description. Alright, FanDuel, you're not going to be able to do what you were doing all series long. Shoving in Curry, Brown, Klay. It's not happening. The prices went up. What did Fat Joe say? Yesterday's price isn't today's price? Well, listen. Yesterday's salary isn't today's salary. Prices went up. You're not going to be able to shove in the people you used to shove in last week. So you're going to have to think outside the box. I'm starting with Curry because he has no help. And then I'm going Jaylen Brown, Wiggins. I want Wiggins and I want Jaylen Brown. I want Curry, I want Wiggins, and I want Jaylen Brown. I'll figure out the rest. But that's what I want. Wiggins and Brown, it doesn't really matter. I like them. I like Jaylen Brown as just a touch better. But Wiggins with the defensive boards, and the thing with Boston is that they have a few people that could show up. You know, Al Horford might show up. You know, Smart might show up. On the Warriors, they're getting all their offense from 4 people. Curry, Wiggins, Poole, and Klay. I know where the offense is coming from. So that's how I'm going to view this slate. I'm going to go towards the Warriors offense because I know exactly who's going to score. I know Draymond's going to take no shots. Looney's not going to play enough to matter. Porter's going to get pulled early. But I know what Curry, Wiggins, Poole, and Klay are going to do. They're going to shoot. So one of my lineups, I'm going to try to get all of them in the lineup. But what does that leave me with? 87.50? 87.50. Who's down here? Poole, Derek White, Grant Williams. Yeah, you got to get creative. It ain't about the stars. We don't know the stars. It's just about the bench players. You know what I'm saying? So, as promised, I kept this video a little bit lighter than the other ones. This is probably going 7 games, and I think that's about it. I think that's all I got for you. We all watched the game. We all know what time it is. like I always said, one of, I think Curry's non-negotiable. So either Kyrie would want Tatum and Brown. I think Wiggins is a must play. Cause you see his value. He's the second best player. And then that's where you gotta think outside the box. See, I did the heavy lifting for you. See, I was a nice guy today, and because the prices went up, you know, for people that would have got, you know, stumped trying to figure out how to start it off, I started it off for you because I'm a nice guy. Since I'm a nice guy, thumbs up the video, all that good stuff. Hit the like button, thumbs up the video, all that good stuff. And I'll see you. Maybe I'll do a baseball video tomorrow. We'll see. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao.